Hey, how is everybody?
Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm telling you what, I'm glad it's Friday.
Yay! I'll say that too, but we're together and I'm excited for today's show. I think we're going to have a great time. We've got we're going to be talking about cards tonight and how to read them and what not to do about it and how to just kind of get a gist of what they are. So we're gonna have
Yeah.
fun talking about that. And Summer's over there jamming to the music. I saw
Yeah,
that.
I've been doing that a lot, and it's good to have this song. I've been having, this song Tom's Diner. Do, do,
Uh-huh.
do,
Oh
do,
yeah.
do. I've
Do,
had that
do,
song
do,
in my
do.
head for 3 days now, and I've gotten other
Mm.
people stuck to it too, so look, this is
It's you probably got me on it because I like that song too.
what is that called, like an earworm? When you get a song stuck in your head?
I don't
Anyway.
know.
Anyway, so
I
anyway,
don't know. But anyways, yeah, we're back. Okay, we're back. So we're going to be talking about cards, and they're going to be like just different ways that we read them. And I typically read oracle cards. I'm not all into tarot at this point. I am taking some classes and trying to learn a little bit about it, but I do more oracle cards. I believe you do oracle cards too, Summer, right?
yes, I love my oracle cards. I have some favorite ones. I don't have them here with me, but like Calming Waters is one of my favorites. And I saw also have one called the Starseed, which I love too. And I also use them in my channeling class to help people get that connection with their divine, their guides, whatever you want to call it. And that's what I use it for. It helps build that connection and bridges, right, that gateway between us and the other side.
Yeah, yeah. With you speaking of classes, I'm gonna pop in here with I'm working on starting up a class at the 1st of January or in next year, and that's going to be talking about all those tools that will help you read cards. So I'll have a class on all the tools, all the different little things, and then I'll be working on a class for reading Oracle. So using those
Right.
skills from the previous class. So just a shout out with that. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
But
Um,
going back, go ahead.
no, I'm like that. I'm looking forward to hearing about your classes uh, yeah, and I guess if anybody else wants to, they can check out your Truth and Light.
Yeah. Check into it. Look at my website, lighttalkwithdana.com, and I'll be getting some stuff out there as soon as I'm a little more prepped for it. So I'm working with it.
Nice.
So yeah,
Nice.
yeah. But with the I have two decks that I have with me right now, and I did not get my tarot cards down here, but I do have my notes down here. Crazy stuff. But yeah, there's this one that says, listen to your true feelings. And this one
Nice.
here just, I think it's really pretty. I
Oh, I
mean, this
like
one
that.
has a
Yeah.
lot of, can't get it right. But yeah, I mean, with this, you can look at like the colors in it. You can look at what does a horse mean to you? What does the background, anything in the background jump out? And does it have anything that's saying anything to you? Is it like um, a, something that just like says something like the trees in the back are like intertwined? So it's like maybe there's some things working together to make it something stronger, or even the coloring in the background is brown, so that could be like a grounding. So you're grounding. You can also look at with the horses, they've got four legs on them, so you can look at that as a numerology thing of, they're being very stable, and they're standing tall. The unicorn on there is like directed to spirit, so you've got the third eye opening up, or the third eye is in working motion. So a lot of things you can look at this and kind of use your senses with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Like yeah, I would say like using your senses. Um, a lot of times, when I look at the oracle cards, I'll look at what's standing out in the pictures. Um,
Hmm.
and then usually it's like what's standing out in those pictures is where you need to kind of like dial into in regards to your intuition and listening. So your listening may not always be words. So you may
Hmm.
feel like a nudge, you may hear words, in your own mind. You may get a vision that pops up, or you may feel a certain way. Um, I have some students where their crown chakra just starts going wild, and the top of their heads like really start tingling and
Hmm.
becoming alive. And so
Yeah.
that's just the soul source connecting, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great feeling. I like that feeling. It's a strange feeling, but it's really cool because you know what's happening. You know what the
Mhm.
purpose and the meaning of it is. And so it's like, oh, cool. That's so awesome.
So, what kind of messages can people expect to get, from their oracle cards?
Oh, you can get some ideas of what's going to be possibly happening in the future if you take this route. You can have messages from the past that might help solve a shadow or something that you've been working on that you didn't realize came from your childhood or even possibly a past life. You can look at it can tell you what's going on with your current life and ways that you can bring that into um, oh, what's my wording here? Bring that into full circle so that it's works towards your goal in what you're working on. If you keep these same patterns going, it'll go off into that direction. So, yeah, it can tell you a lot about, your path and your past, your current situation, and kind of where you would go if you keep on that same path, same road. Yeah,
Nice.
lots of
Yeah.
information there.
It can also help you align more with source, your source energy, whatever that is. And I think like the source energy can be different. Not, I mean, of course, it's different from each individual, but I also think that source energy can be very different depending on who's on the other side. Um, Sorry, I need to clarify that. Like, as I said it, they're like, So if you're doing the cards and you're gathering information for someone else, so the person sitting across from you or that card's for, the message could be different and that connection could be different. Um, but also the type of information you're getting can lead to a different source as well. And the reason I say this is when I started doing the oracle cards and reading information from other people on there, the connection changed and how the information came through changed. So it may not be the same every single time you sit down and use the cards.
Mhm.
It can be different.
Yeah,
And
and I've
so
had, yeah, yeah. Even when you're reading for myself, I will pull the same card and I'll get something completely different out of it. So it's where the messages are coming in at that moment and how it's being transferred out as a message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can help you connect to the other side. They can help you connect. I like to say divine, but they can help you connect with your divine counterpart. Maybe that's a good way to put it. Weird. Why did I say that? But connect with your divine alignment, your counterpart on the other side, to help you connect there, to build that relationship between the two of you, and to expand the communication possibilities and understanding as well.
Yeah. 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 Because it's just what comes through. I mean, and what's coming through is also with the divine. So when you're reading, it's helpful in what you're saying because it is opening up the reader's mind and it's opening up our levels to connect with spirit. And yeah, it's mind-opening.
So interesting. My mind just went blank.
We've had a wild week this week, so we're like kind of like
I had this thought, and it's like, as soon as I went to say this, like, poof, it's gone. The most important thing I would say is, like, when you're connecting with the cards, is to be open to receive.
Yeah. Yeah, the sitter, it's because I've had someone sit down as a sitter and they actually put a wall up. And they meant to put a wall up on me. They did it on purpose, and it makes it very hard for the reader because they're not getting anything because that wall is up. But yeah, so if you're really wanting a message, you got to be open up. And really, if you're going for a message, please be open, because it's kind of a waste of our time and a waste of your time if you're going to come in and not be open enough to hear a message. So it's
sometimes
kind
the
of
message isn't necessarily going to be what you want to hear.
Right. It might not be. And you might not think of, okay, well, you said this, but that doesn't happen. I mean, that's nothing that's happening. But if you wait a couple days or something like that, that might come through and say, oh, yeah, I do remember this and that. So
it's so funny.
It'll come back.
It's so funny you mentioned that. Like, I work at Inner Space on the weekends, and the third weekend of the month they have a psychic fair. And so I'm there, and I usually go down, and I usually just do a session with the new psychics that come in just to see, right? Just to see how they do. And if this lady ever comes back, I think I owe her an apology, because probably about 3 months ago, she did a tarot card reading, and she's telling me this stuff, and I'm just like, okay, and shaking my head. I'm like, okay. And I still tried to accept what she was saying, but it didn't resonate at the time. So, for instance, Dana, she's like, so I see you getting a promotion in the next before the end of the year. And I was like, there's no way. I just started a new job and I hadn't even been there but a few months. I was like, no, I don't see a promotion, but okay, I'll take it, right? Like, that's what I told her. Like, I don't see it, but okay, I'll take it. And even though she wasn't 100% accurate, she was still accurate because I'm starting a new job. I'm leaving my current job and I'm starting a new job, and I'll have a promotion out of that.
See?
You know, so
Nice.
so even though she didn't say it exactly how it happened, it still happened. I just couldn't see it because I wasn't looking for another job. Did you just
That's
see
very.
that?
You had one earlier. Yes, I did. It looked like a butterfly from this side,
Wow.
and one
I
went up
saw it.
earlier from your
Okay.
shoulder up.
Okay. I saw
All
it on the
right.
camera. I didn't see it here. It was not here. I saw it on the camera and I'm just like, okay. Like it was never here.
I thought I saw something maybe like a dust or something like that earlier, and it's like, okay, I'll say something later, but yeah, that happened. That looked like a little butterfly flying across. Do
Yeah,
you have
but it wasn't.
fairies with you? Do you know if you have fairies around you?
Yes, well, I know they're outside. I don't
Okay.
know. Um, so I'm hearing, yes, they've been inside. Um, but I try to be very careful with fairies because
Okay.
fairies, look, we're going on a whole other subject. So fairies can be very menacing
I've
and
heard.
yes, and they like shiny things. So if they want to be playful or if they want to be revengeful, they'll take your things. And so you can have like earrings missing or jewelry being misplaced, or if you have little, I feel like I need to get one of these. Like if you have little stones, they can end up being missed and or placed somewhere, or just
Oh.
disappear and then reappear in the weirdest places. I do know that they're outside at the trees because there's a big tree right out back, and the tree will tell me that its roots needs to be cleaned off. So
Oh.
I'll clean them off, get the blower, and I'll blow them off and keep it clean. And literally, it's like, I mean, like I'm not seeing them with my eyes. I'm seeing it with my mind's eye, and I can see everything coming back. So, and I thought about buying those little. So, have you seen like where you can buy little things to put around your garden or whatever for fairies, like the little yard
Oh.
decorations and stuff?
I've
Yeah,
seen
and you can
like a
buy these
fairy
like,
garden.
yeah,
Okay.
and literally, I
Yeah.
keep seeing visions of like putting stuff out there for the fairies, but I'll put chocolate out there for them. But I haven't done the other little yard decoration stuff that you can do, but I keep wanting to. I just haven't done it.
There you go. There
So
you go.
that tells me that they're
Well,
there because
yeah.
why else would I want to?
Yeah.
I
Because
mean,
they're
I've lived
telling
a
you.
They're telling me to. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just being hard-headed. Maybe for
Yeah.
Christmas. I'll give them a Christmas present here.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, maybe you can ask your cards to see what's going on. You can grab a deck of cards, just a regular
Mhm.
deck of cards, and shuffle it
Mhm.
and do a draw for that, and you
All
can
right, I'm gonna get
suggest
a
like
deck. I'm
what.
gonna get a deck of cards. I have some right over here.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, so a deck of cards. You can ask it, what is yes?
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I gotta get them out first. Where'd it go?
This is
So
what
it's
I've been told. I haven't tried it yet. So you can ask
Alright,
it,
so we're
what,
gonna try it.
show me yes.
Look, all these cards. There's 2 decks, and I'm separating them.
Okay.
All right, so all right, all right, all right. These are little bitty too. All right, so show me. Oh, so this is what I always like. Knock the cards to clear it.
Mm-hmm. And then I blow on them.
Show me yes. And nothing's popping out. I'm too almost. Look, I can sit here all night and do this. Nothing's popping out. Oh, there it goes. It's on the floor. Gotta love it. Oh,
Welcome to our night, huh?
Right.
So 3. Okay.
Okay, so 3 is a yes. Okay, now
3
what?
of diamonds is a yes. So then you can ask it, what is no?
Okay, what is no? I'm trying like. Boy, it's like, come on, give me a card, man. It doesn't take as long when I have my other cards. Oh,
But this is a new deck.
You're be asking too specific. A whole bunch fell out. Do I just take the bottom one?
Ooh. 9 of hearts.
9 of hearts. All right, so now what?
So then you can ask like a question and then a yes or no question, and one of those 2 cards should pop out.
So, all right. So, should I buy my fairies some outside fairy novelties? Should I buy my fairies some outside fairy novelties?
No.
Well,
maybe. You got a diamond and a heart in there, so maybe.
Right? So I had a diamond and a heart earlier, right? It was
right. 3 of diamonds and 9 of hearts, so it's a maybe.
What was that? Oh, it's still dying. I was like, I don't know. All right,
okay, 3 minus 1.
Minus 1. I got it. So that would be a yes. Oh my god.
That was. I haven't tried it yet, but
are there fairies in my home? I don't know. There's something in my home because Hot Rod has been really. I don't know what that is. Hot Rod has been really a pain in the fanny lately. Like meowing, needing a lot of attention, chasing something, looking at something. He's like, and he gets, and he's like hopping. He's like all like bowed up and hopping sideways. and my husband's like getting on to him, like he's saying, "Y'all stop that." And I'm like, "It's just him. Everybody else is asleep. It is just him." He has been wound up for a week now, and we're just like, "Come on, man, whatever's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But I do
Yeah.
know that
Crazy stuff.
I will say this. I do know that you can use a regular a deck of cards like a tarot.
I have heard that too. I have not. I don't know
So,
how to do that though.
well, so from my understanding, is like the heart represents cups, the diamonds represents the pentacles, the spades represents the wands, and I'm sorry, the spades represents the sword, and the club represents the wands.
Okay.
So so on your cards, I mean, you have all of these. You have an 8 of cups. You have, because I pulled an 8 of, like, you have an 8 of cups. So that would be an 8 of cups. Right? You have a King of Swords.
Yes.
Right? So they're all the same. Except for you just don't have the wild cards, like the wheel,
The
the
Fool
tower.
and the High Priest, and those are called the major arcanics.
Yeah.
So we just
So you
don't have
don't
the
have
major
that.
arcanics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are people out there that are gifted to where they will lay them all down, and it tells a story, and they can go through that story and tell you your past, where you are now, and where you're going. Like, I've seen it done, like, they'll probably have like 12 or so cards. The top row is your past, the middle row is where you are now, and the last row is where you're going. And they'll walk you all the way through it. I've seen them do it. I'm completely just blown away because of the accuracies, especially because of the past and the present. Like, you can definitely tell the accuracy on those, right? Because they've either happened or they're going to happen.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm about to lose battery somewhere. Yes, my phone. So, yeah, and it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing. Now and I wish I could do more than just the oracle cards. Every time I've tried, it just feels like a foreign language.
Yeah, so far the tarot's been like a foreign language. I mean, I get a little bit out of it sometimes, but I get more out of the oracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
More out of the oracle than.
And what amazes me is all the different type of cards that are out there. So, not only out of your oracle decks, but there's a lot of other different type of decks that people use to tell a story with. And I don't know the names of all of them, but it just amazes me. And these people who will have 5 or 6 decks there, and they start out with one, and then they switch to another, and I mean, it's pretty amazing. And their intuition that works that way is pretty cool.
Yep.
And so, yeah. And I mean, just because you don't read cards doesn't mean your intuition's not on. Because we have card readers, we have oracle readers, we have tarot readers, we have people who read the rune symbols, right? We have people, and the tea leaves. That's an amazing one.
Have you heard of the egg reading?
Yes, I mean, I've heard of it. Literally, I've heard of it. That's about it.
I had one done, and it was interesting. It was interesting. So they do this like a cleansing thing, and they take this egg and they rub it around your chakras and your
Mhm.
aura, and they go all the way down your front side, then they go around and go to the back side, and then they have blessed water or clean water,
Mhm.
and they crack this egg after they cleanse you with it, and they crack it, and it shows like how thin your veil is, how close it is, where you're going, where your hard times are, and it was amazing what they got out of it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I have
Yeah.
eggs. Can I just use my refrigerated eggs? Does it have to be a
Oh,
special kind
yeah.
of egg?
No, just a regular egg. I don't know the specifics on how to do it. I want to say there's like something you have to do with the egg, like set it out for a certain amount of time, or there's some sort of ritual to do with the egg, and then the water,
Okay.
and then it brings it together. Might be able to do a search on it and do some
I
more.
was like, that sounds pretty interesting. I would like to learn more about that. Right. I have done the tea
Yeah.
leaves because especially back in so back when I don't know, have you ever heard of Teavana? So Teavana used to have a tea stores in the malls years ago, and you could go and you could pick out your own tea blend, or you could even create your own tea blend. So I used to do that, and I would read the tea leaves after drinking a cup of tea, and some of the things that came out were pretty cool. Like if you saw a boot, that means you were traveling. Um, and if you saw a wolf, that meant one thing, like it because you could see designs in the tea leaves. If you saw certain things, they meant certain things. It's been a
So
long
this is
time
before you drink it or after you drink it?
after
After
afterward.
you drink it.
Mhm.
So your aura is going to be mixing in with it when you're drinking it. So you're getting that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and so that's pretty cool. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
like that. Um, see, now you got me like, "Ooh, I wonder what else I could do."
I think you can read anything. One thing that I learned that you can pick up anything in the room. Like I can look around the room I'm in right now, and something will catch my eye, and that will be something for you. For an example, if I was reading
Okay.
you, I could look around my room and I can say, oh, okay, I'm looking at a clock. So, I mean,
Mhm.
there's a time thing for you. It says 7:20, so that could be a new adventure is coming up with a partner that's going to complete something in your life. I mean, you could just look at anything, and get a reading off of it. It was pretty amazing. I forget what that was called. Um, oh, I can't remember right now. But there's a name
That's
for that. But you could just look around and
yeah,
some, yeah. So that's kind of cool too.
yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Um, I have this is gonna be so weird. So I have a client that comes in to see me, and they're amazing. All of our readings are astral travel. All of our readings are out there, like literally out there. And it's like they'll ask me these crazy, crazy questions, And literally, like, I'll sit with it and I just let, like, this information come, and it's usually visions. Words will come too, but it's usually visions, and I'll see things, and then I'll be like, "Okay, well, this is what I'm seeing, and this is where you need to go." And then they start connecting. It's really crazy. They start connecting, and they kinda, like, start filling in the story in between what I'm telling them. It's
Oh,
really,
wow.
really crazy. And, and they're like, "Well, I don't mean to do this to you." And I'm like, "No." I was like, when I read with them, I go somewhere that I never go with anybody else.
That's really
It's
cool.
it's just really cool, yeah. And they'll ask a question, and literally I have to sit there, and I'll be like, "Okay." And I just have to focus on the question and wait for it to come to me. And sometimes I'm sitting there for, like, it feels like an eternity, but I'm sure it's just a few seconds, and it's just like, "Okay, here's what you need to know," right?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's just it's really so, what was my point in all that? I don't know. Like, sometimes just allow maybe your imagination to take the wheel and guide your intuition, because everything doesn't have to be earthbound to be a message.
Yeah.
Doesn't I like that. Doesn't have to be earthbound to be a message.
To be a
That's
message.
that's pretty cool. I kinda like that. It doesn't have to be earthbound. I wonder if I'll remember that in 10 minutes.
Rewatch the video. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna rewatch it too because I want to see at the beginning those little spots I saw
Oh,
flying
yeah?
around there. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, tarot cards are interesting. I think they can be fun. I think they can be insightful, especially if you're kind of struggling with something, or if you want to use it to connect with, the divine, your higher self, your guides, even a loved one can help guide the cards and what comes through with you. But I think being mindful of how you're using those cards is really important.
Yeah, you don't want to abuse it in a sense to where you're giving such basic readings are for in-depth readings. So the person really knows it's about them and not just such a general where anything can come about and it can match up with anything. So yeah, when you're getting when you have a really good reader, that reader is going to bring up some things that is only specific to you, which is really, really cool when that happens. That is like, oh yeah, this is absolutely what's been going on in my life. This is absolutely this, but it's you don't want to have a reading that's so general and so basic that your sitter can just pick up on anything. He's like, oh yeah, that's this. Oh yeah, that's this. And so yeah, I like to do evidential readings. So
Oh,
it's
nice. Yeah.
evidential to you, this is only like towards you, or this is something that really connects with you in a real sense, and not just like, oh, the ego's jumping in and saying, oh yeah, everything you're saying is absolutely right. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So the sitter has to be open to hear these messages. The more they're open, it's so much easier for your reader to get a better read off of you. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
and using it for connection, not for everyday advice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, using it every day just to get through life, you're that means you're becoming too dependent on the cards,
Hmm.
and the cards are there to help strengthen your communication, your relationship with the other side, not to tell you how to live your life.
Right. Right. You need to let the cards help you get through it. Yeah,
Mhm.
like you're saying, when you're doing a reading, even the sitter is going to be able to open up and start having visions or see
Oh, yeah,
having their
that's so
clairs
cool.
open up too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I had somebody oh my goodness. There was a lady that came in, and she sat across from me, and it's like she started reading me.
And who is reading who?
Right, right, and but that kinda makes it magical, right? Like, they're opening
Yeah.
up their gifts and sharing because, like, when you're the reader, there's not I mean, I'm honestly, as a reader, I don't have very many people who read me, and I don't seek it out often, right? And what I do, I'm not seeking out, like, with the new psychic fair that comes in, and I go and, like, I'm gonna say test out the newer ones, but I don't go with an agenda or an intent. I just go for whatever, and they're like, "Well, what do you want
Right.
a reading on?" I'm like, "Just whatever comes up." I mean, that's like so, I mean, like, I don't know about you, Dana, but, like, being a reader, not very many people give you those aha moment readings. I guess is a good way to I guess because we get
Right.
them ourselves, right? So,
Yeah,
it's not
so yeah, one thing I've recently learned at my last show that I was in was it's really important to clean your area, to clean the air around your booth and to really get it opened up and really um, bring spirit into your area, into your booth. So I really learned that on the last one. So that's one thing I'm have to do on the next one. Because when you don't clean your booth or have either a spray to clean it or your selenite stick to clean it, and you're really putting the intention into your booth to bring those sitters in and all, you don't get those sitters. I mean, they can
okay.
feel when they're
Mhm.
walking by your table, they can feel that energy in your space. And if
Okay, I
it's
get what you're
not
saying.
been
Yeah.
cleaned, they're just going to walk on by because they're reading that
Mhm.
energy. They're
Yeah.
reading it.
So, yeah, and you can use, selenite, you can use a spray. I have, it's,
Protection, cleaning, and
and
blessings.
blessings,
Okay.
right? And it's a smudge, so it's got, sage, dragon's blood, and Paleo Santos. I am addicted to Paleo Santos. I have it in my sprays, I have incense in the house, I have my soap, like, um, I use this stuff all the time, and I make my own. Um,
Oh, cool.
so I make my own, I'll use, moon water, so I'll make my own moon water and make it, and I have the, selenite. I don't have any here because I took it into my office to drown my office in it.
I've got to stick with me at work too.
I got 4 I got 3 around my door and 1 on the wall behind me, so I have 4. And let me tell you, people stand outside of my door, "May I enter?" All of a sudden, it's like, "May I enter?" They used to just walk in. But now they stand out there and ask for permission, kind of like, and it reminds me of like those vampire movies. They have to have permission to enter before they can
To
come.
enter. Before they come in and suck your blood. That's funny. Yeah, I have my selenite stick with me at work too, so it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can use that. I also will wrap the space. So the space that I take up plus the sitter's seat, I wrap it in a golden light for the protection and welcoming of it, right? And so it keeps our energy all kind of right there together. I do
Nice.
that. Yeah. Do a little protective bubble. Oh man, I'll do that. Some people will play chimes to clear space, or ring a bell to clear the space. I have I don't have one here. It's at Inner Space, but I have a little bowl that I'll use.
A singing bowl?
Yeah, well, it's but it's a Tibetan singing bowl, one of the small ones that you can just hold in your hand.
Okay.
And I'll use it. And if somebody really heavy comes in, I'll clear the space when they leave. To pull the energy out, because sometimes my selenite is not enough. Sometimes it needs that sound to move that energy and get it out of the way. I guess it's a good way to put it. Yeah. But clearing your space is important. Grounding in your space is important as well, to help you give good readings, but also being able to maintain that connection at that higher level, but also being grounded at the same time. So you're grounding yourself, but also allowing yourself to go high enough to connect wherever you need to connect.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep. Gotta open up the pathways to bring in the information and to cleanse it into Mother Gaia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And trusting it. Trust the information. I can't tell you how many times I've sat across the table for somebody and be like, "Hey, this sounds really weird, but blah, 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 blah." And 9 times out of 10, they're like, "Oh, well, that makes sense." I'm like, good, because it didn't to me.
Yeah. I say pretty much everything that comes to me because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It might resonate with them. It might not. So I just say everything that comes to me.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell the listeners, if you're going to step into this and you want to do readings for people and you want to do that, whatever comes through, you need to share. Now, you may need to change the words to where you're saying the same thing to get the information across. So I've had messages come across like, they really got to get their shit together. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to find another way to say that. Right? Because I'm not going to tell a stranger sitting across from me, you got to get your shit together. So I may say something like, so things in your life are a little unorganized or a little bit discombobulated. And they'll be like, yeah, I'm like, well, we need to work on tightening that up. And, and they'll be like, yeah, you're right. And then I can start that dialogue with that. So it's okay to change the words that are coming in as long as they mean the same thing. Right.
Right.
But if there's information coming in, even if it's bad, it's coming in for a reason. And it's
Yeah.
coming in because the person on the other side needs to hear it. So
Yes.
finding a way to share that information. And there's many times where I will say, I'm only the messenger. And here's what I have to say, here's what I have to share with you. Like, I'm only the messenger. Okay, do you understand that? And they'll be like, yes. I'll be like, okay, here it is.
Another thing I have found is, or what I've learned, is when you come to a reader and ask to connect with or get a message from a past loved one, make sure this person's been gone for a little bit, because this person that I had came to me like a week after the passing, and that person may not have been ready to be giving a message. So my sitter was like expecting a message when the loved one wasn't ready to
Well,
give yet. So you got to be
I'll even
watching
go further
that
than
too.
that. I'll even go further than that. Like, there's been times where, so I had someone be like, literally the person called up and they're like, okay, well, I want to test your channeling skills, your mediumship skills, and I want to connect with so-and-so on the other side.
Yeah.
It was blank. It was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. And so I had to let them know. I was like, I'm not getting anything. So I'm not going to sit there and make something up, right? Just to make $1, you know? So I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not getting anything. And so we discontinued the call. Well, then driving home, that person came to me.
Oh.
And basically they had nothing to share with that individual. It was like, I
Yeah.
appreciate, you trying to connect, but I didn't have anything to share with them. So, and I don't necessarily think that was done in a negative way, right? Some people may take that negative. I just think it's like, maybe the individual, like the individual still here in physical, wouldn't have been able to understand anything that they really had to say anyway.
Yeah, maybe they weren't opened up enough, or just not in the right frame of mind, or
I think it was more that, like, not in the right frame of mind, especially how they came to me about it, but we can't, we're mediums. Even though we're intuitive, we're mediums, and we're connecting, doesn't mean that we can pull exactly who you want, because exactly who you want has to be willing to come forward too. And so there may be somebody else that needs to come forward that has a greater need or purpose than that one person you want to connect with.
Right. So you can't make them. They still have a free will, so you can't make them talk to you. They still have their free will of if they want to talk or not. So maybe somebody else might want to have a message for you, or someone that has a better message that you might work with.
Or maybe, so I have a great example. I was trying to connect with an old friend that had passed over, and I was trying to connect with them, and I couldn't. There was somebody else in the way, and so I had to connect with that person in the way first. I never got past them, like, but that person in the way was my half brother who committed suicide in like 2021. And it was just like, oh wow, like I never would have thought he would have wanted to contact me. I mean, don't ask me. I mean, we weren't, when we were kids, we were really close. Like, I always considered him my brother, even though we weren't biologically, brother and sister. Always considered
Right.
him my brother, especially when we were kids. And then as we grew older, like, we had very, very separate lives. And we only probably spoke a couple of times a year, And I mean, that may be normal for siblings. I really don't know because I don't have siblings. Like, I don't have
I think it's pretty
siblings,
much
so I don't know.
siblings. Yeah.
Okay, so, and so I didn't expect him, I didn't expect it to be him. Um, but I mean, he had some really important things to say, not necessarily like he didn't have, when he passed away, nobody did a funeral service for him. And
That's rough.
yeah, I mean, and he has a biological sister, but there was no funeral service for him. And so, he's like, did I even matter to anybody? And I'm
Right.
like, well, of course you did, so now I'm going to do something in honor of his soul, of being here and all that. But I have something, like I'm going to do that, which I probably wouldn't have done that otherwise. And so that connection was probably more for him than it was for me. But I still feel it's important for me to carry out this, is it a wish or a need? A desire? I don't know.
Right.
But I'm going to carry it out, right?
Yeah.
I bought the stuff. Yeah, I'm going to carry it out. And I'm going to do what needs to be done to show that he did mean something to this world, right?
Right. Right. Yeah, I've been thinking about this the last few days and everything, so I need to get in touch. That I had a member in my high school band that took his life, and so far I don't think anything's happened for a funeral for him too, so I gotta check into that. And it's like, it's supposed to have gotten together this past summer for it, but I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little something, and and I guess just have him, just reach out and talk to him more.
There you go. Yeah.
That sounds so weird. I'm sorry. I mean,
No, you're fine. We get it. We're all in this.
it sounds weird to say, oh, I'm just going to reach out and communicate more, but they're not here, but I'm still going to reach out and communicate more. So,
Right.
We
get
open
that.
up the gateway. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Nothing
there's not.
wrong
It
with
just sounds,
contacting them and
yeah, I mean, I do it all the time, but it just sounds weird when you say it out loud.
Well, sometimes, when I'm trying to reach out to somebody, they don't always come through. But
Yeah.
when they do, I mean, they have their own way of coming through, Like my mom will come through in pictures,
Yeah. Yeah.
Others will just come through in songs. Others are just, it all comes through in such different ways. Everyone's got a different little way.
Yeah. Yeah. And so just remembering that, like, there's no just one way. So yeah, there's no just one way. So whether it's in your, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so loud. Whether it's in your tarot cards, your oracle cards, your pendulum, meditation, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody has their own special way. It's like what is it? Like a snowflake. no two snowflakes is alike, and so no two people communication with the spirit is alike. Everyone's so different. Everyone's
Hmm.
got their
I mean,
own.
think about it as simple as this. Can you communicate with the same two? Can you communicate with two people the same exact way here and get the same results?
No,
No.
no,
So you just
no, we
have
don't.
many more communication tools available to you to communicate to the other side, and just being open for what all those are. Because they can give
Yeah.
us butterflies, and they can give us birds, and they can give us frogs.
I'm finding out lately they can give you hot flashes. Hot flashes, I believe, are some of my signs from spirit. They just warm me up. So when something is correct, that's what I'm learning right now. Is when there's something that I'm thinking that's on the right path or I did right, my whole body just heats up like a oven.
Nice. Nice. Oh, well, let's not forget like the numbers. Like they can give you signs and numbers. They
Oh,
can give you
definitely.
like feelings, like a tingle or a brush, or like the other night, literally like my whole neck felt like something was just running back there, tickling the whole back side of my neck when I was doing a reading for someone. I literally just had to be like, "Oh, y'all gotta stop because it's distracting."
Yep, yep. And there's the smelling. You can smell like we've talked about this before about smelling cigarettes that I always smell, and then I was like, that's enough. Bring me something different. So they brought me waffles and maple syrup. So,
I hate the
you
smell
know,
sensations. I hate them because
really.
it's like, where's that coming from? Like, yes, I smelled something really sweet the other day. I don't know who it was because all of a sudden I was just like, oh, I want something sweet. And I was too
Oh
caught up on
no.
the sensation it gave
Yep.
me. But I don't know who it was. I need to get better about asking, who is this and what do you want? I'm not very good at that.
Yeah. I'm still when I get the sign, I'm still in this like, oh, that was cool. Then a few minutes later, it's like, oh man, I should have talked to them. So I'm still I'm still getting better and working at that. It's like, oh yeah, that was a sign. Okay, who is this? And
I do the
what
exact
is,
same thing. Like I get all or I'll be like, oh, like I'm so engrossed in the moment that I forget to ask, okay, who are
right,
you and what do you want and what can we do?
right. Yeah. Or I find when something happens, then I start asking and it ends up to be just a human 3D thing.
Right.
So it's like, oh well,
That's
I
always so
tried.
disappointing. Why does it have to be?
Yep. Yeah. So it's like, well, you know what? It happens and
Mhm.
that's how we learn though, right?
That's how we learn. Yes. Well, this has been
So
fun.
this
I
has been a
hope,
lot of fun.
yeah, I know we kind of went all over the place, but I hope that some of this resonated with you somehow or another. I would say be sure to subscribe and like and have some laughs with us next time.
Yeah. That's right. And have any questions, let us know. You know? Oh yeah, you could see I didn't even see that you put up the email and phone number. Good job. Yay.
And so I was going to say, our next time, I guess is going to be December 5th. Is that our
December
next?
5th. Sounds about right.
It's in 2 weeks.
Okay. Yep.
Literally, I take our current one and I just edit it and I change the date.
There
Right,
you go.
perfect. Yeah, and
Awesome.
so I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving, however you celebrate
Oh,
that. If you
yes.
do, Friendsgiving,
Yes.
Thanksgiving, whatever. We don't do much anymore. It's kind of lost its meaning for us, so we don't do
Yeah.
a
We
whole
still
lot
get
there.
together.
Yeah, but
This year I'm going to be with my one sister and my dad. And usually we try to get all of my siblings and the whole family together. So this year we'll get some of them.
okay, nice.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
in the show notes, you can in the show notes we'll have our email, our phone number where you can call and leave us a voicemail with your questions or comments, and then also our websites for Dana's Light Talk with Dana, and for mine, Just Be True. So be sure to check all of that out.
Yeah.
And
Check it
until
out.
next time, stay warm,
Stay open.
stay open, and share your amazing stories with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know if you have any fun stuff you want to talk about. We'll get you on my podcast.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Light Talk
Absolutely.
with Dana. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, great.
Excellent.
Have a-
Well, we'll see you after Thanksgiving. Have a great holiday. And we'll see you December 5th.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Excellent. All right.
All right,
Thanks.
bye.
We'll see you guys. Bye,
All right,
everyone.
bye.